And she's like, it's okay. You know, I've been here before. And he's like, are you a bad girl? She's like, no, but I wouldn't take a poll about it.
5, 6, 7, 8.
There's no business like show business.
Mamma mia, here I go again. My
Of the music
This is, I realized, the first time we're recording where it's been a full week since I saw the film.
Yeah. Because I just finished
we were
it last
maybe
night.
preparing. Yeah, we were maybe preparing to record earlier this week, and then it just didn't happen because you were on vacation.
I was on vacation. It was the most fun.
Oh my gosh! But so I might need
some refresher.
Herbs a little bit more of this than usual.
That's just fine because I hated this movie.
Ooh, hot take right off the bat. Before we dive any further into this, welcome, dear listeners.
Hello,
Intrepid Heroes. Welcome to 5, 6, 7, 8. We're so happy to be here. And this week we have a true blue musical.
Yes, finally.
We have that going for us. But we are tackling the 1962 Rodgers and Hammerstein State Fair.
Yes. Now, specifically, this is the 1962 version, not the 1933 version or the 1945 version.
Yeah. They were just like, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
We're going to try it again.
We're going to do it again and make it worse.
Oh my god. I had never seen this show. I was familiar with a couple songs.
Yeah, same.
I told my mom I was watching it, and she was like, oh yeah, with Pat Boone. Because, like, she definitely would have seen
that
this
makes sense.
growing up.
Yeah, I mean, even if you had seen the other one, there's only, like, 2 songs that are the same. Like, almost all of the songs.
Yeah, they pulled an Anything Goes, where
different.
They just did it completely different.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of new songs added for this version.
The general plot outline is the same, with some differences.
The family. State
is different. It's normally supposed to be Iowa. It is now in Texas.
Which is a great segue into We Start. Vroom vroom goes a little red sports car on the back roads. We are in, I thought we were going to be in the Midwest. No. We are in Texas.
So he's driving V-Fast with a girl in the car, and she's like, slow down.
I have a question.
Yeah.
That I don't know the answer to.
Great.
What year is this set in?
1961.
Oh, so it was considered modern day when they...
The only reason I know this is because
Why?
whenever they get to the fair, it says the 1961 Texas State Fair. So
Love that. Thank you for knowing that.
Yes.
Right off the bat. So it is 1961 Texas.
Yes.
The girl in the car who is not a fan of how fast they're going is named Betty Jean. Mm-hmm. And she says to the boy in the car that he loved the car more than he loves her.
Yeah.
But what
he's like, but I built it.
I built this car and I'm gonna win a race. The race this year. We don't know what this race is.
Nah, and
she's like, you're gonna get killed.
Betty Jean's like, you're gonna get killed, and I'm not gonna enjoy my honeymoon if you're dead.
Valid point.
And
we get the lovely little bit of backstory where Betty Jean says, it's not the cup that you want. You don't want the trophy. You just want revenge. You want a rematch from last year's race.
Yeah.
And it's too stressful. I'm not gonna go watch you race.
Yeah.
Like, no,
not gonna go watch you die.
Yeah. He like drops her off at her house or whatever. And
mansion.
We don't know this guy's name yet. This is
Wayne.
I
Yes.
thought it was Frank for the first 15 minutes. This is Wayne.
I think it's because their last name starts with an F.
Oh, yeah, they're like both early 20s, mid 20s.
Yeah.
And he drops her off at her house and he drives away in his little red sports car. And she says to herself that she hopes he comes back alive.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Now we start with our
and
first
then roll
song.
credits.
Roll credits. The song Our State Fair, which is basically like, we have the best state fair ever in any state ever state.
First of all, the song gets stuck in your head. It was stuck in my head for days afterwards. I know this. Is this from the original?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, because it's very Texas energy for a show that was originally set in Iowa.
Truly, Our State Fair is the best state fair in the state. Like, this has big Texas energy.
It's the best state fair in our state. It's catchy. It's
It
gonna
is.
stick in my head for the rest of the day.
No, I get it. So anyway, throughout this whole song, we see the whole family singing. So we
don't know it yet.
We don't know it yet, but
we
this is
are
the
introduced.
family. Wayne zooms past a farm and parks, and this is his home.
Two farm men watch Wayne's little red sports car go by.
Zoom.
And one of them yells at him like, "Cut that out, Wayne." So I guess his name was Wayne. That's how I figured it out. The man that yelled is
Dad.
Wayne's father, Abel.
Mm-hmm.
It's his farm. It's their family's farm. Wayne runs up to the house, and we learn from the father who is speaking to the other farmhand that, like, this is their farm. Their last name is Frake.
Yes.
F-R-A-K-E, the Frake family
Which is
farm.
why you might have thought his name was Frank.
100%. And over the barn is a big sign that says Blue Boy.
Yeah.
Which we learn is this family's prize hog.
Yes.
Now let's talk about Blue Boy. Blue Boy is the unspoken hero of this film.
Blue Boy is our waiter.
Blue Boy's probably like 600 pounds. Blue Boy's enormous.
Such a big boy.
This is when I was like, I need subtitles
Yes.
at this point in the film.
I completely
We were, like,
understand
5
that.
minutes in.
Abel is talking about how he's gonna win as the best hog at the state fair, and it takes more than pride, it takes arrogance. He'll stand there like Genghis Khan. It's like, wow. He says he'll win. No, this was one of my favorite lines. He'll win so easy, there will be a Senate investigation. And his friend says, well, they're investigating everything else, so like, oh, what? What is this political commentary?
We also learn that Dad Abel calls to Wayne as he's going up to the house. He's like, get your mother to call the vet because the vet was supposed to be here and he's not.
Yes.
He's late. So, like, give him a ring.
Yeah.
And Wayne goes into the house. He greets his mother in the kitchen. He relays this message. And mother says, I'll call the vet because we need to get going. Like,
Yeah,
we're
we gotta
waiting
go
on
by
the vet
12.
so that we can then head to the fair. Like,
Yes.
Texas is big. It's going to be a
It's a
long
big old
drive.
state. There's a quick moment in which the cage in which they're going to be transporting Blue Boy is like packed with straw, and Abel comes out with like his wife's duvet that she like handmade, and he's like,
yeah, it's
only
like a
the
bedspread
best.
that's embroidered for Blue Boy.
I know, and so he like lines the bottom of it with his wife's blanket. Anyway, back in the kitchen, Mom wonders where her daughter is, and she goes out and she sees they have like a lake or something with like a little pier, and so she's like sitting on the pier with her toes in the water.
Moping in teen angst.
Yes, absolutely. She's like, oh, are you packed? Almost. And, you know, she's like, oh, what's gotten into her? And goes back inside. And so then we get our next song.
Which is, it might as well be spring.
I love it.
Take it out of this questionable
Context.
quality of a film, and
Yeah.
I like this song.
It's just basically about how she's like, oh, God, she just wants something else, but she doesn't know what. And it's just like, God, can this be it? Is this it?
Could be.
Who
Who
knows?
knows? Like, similar,
Same thing. It's an I
similar
Want song.
energy.
Yeah.
It is. It is an I Want song. It is, and it's like right
But the
where
problem
an I
is
Want
that
song
she
should
doesn't
be in
know
a musical.
what she wants.
Correct.
That's the big problem.
Again. Could be. Who knows? That's the
Amazing.
same.
It's the same song. Good job, guys.
Just then,
Mm-hmm.
a guy, like a early 20s guy, pulls up on a motorcycle to come visit Margie, and it's her boyfriend Harry,
Yeah.
who's just a stick in the mud.
Oh man,
and
he's
he's
the
like,
worst.
I'm sorry.
No, I correct that.
can't
He's
go
not
to-"
the worst. He's the second
He's
worst.
not the worst. The worst is yet to come.
Yeah.
But he's like, sorry, Marge, I can't go to the fair. I gotta go to sale because someone's selling a cream mixer. And
For
and he also is-
$89.50. Isn't that such a
Yeah.
deal? And I got this motorcycle because it told me I could get 30 miles to a gallon, but it's not. It's 28.3. And she's like, oh my God, stop with the fucking decimals.
Yeah, he's always pinching pennies, and
Yeah.
he's just too practical to be any fun.
Yeah. And so he says he's not going to go to the fair because, you know, you pay for some fun and then the fun is gone. It's not like a tangible thing. And
It's not an investment.
it's not an
He's
investment.
like, yeah, that's fun.
It's fun. So he's like, enjoy the fair and drives off.
Yeah. The fair is a multi-day event.
Yes, I think it's
because,
like a long weekend or something. I don't know.
maybe. Like most people will go to the fair as guests, but because the family is going as competitors, it's a multi-day event.
Yeah.
We're going to learn more about this, but just like it is more of a commitment if Harry was going to come or if
Right.
it's a long way. Like I'm not justifying Harry's decisions, but
yeah.
I do understand that, like it's an investment, and especially how penny pinching
penny pinching,
practical
yeah.
he is. He wasn't going to spend 3 days spending money on fun.
Nah.
Cut to
inside. So Dad's event is going to be the pig. Wayne's event is this race car race. Grace. All right.
It is a car race.
It is an
like
auto
It
race.
is a race car race.
It's a race
I tried to
car
think of a
race.
better way, and it is a race car race.
And Mom's event is mincemeat. So it's
Okay,
cooking.
wait, hold on. I have an excuse to not know how to speak car stuff. You don't anymore.
I know, I work for a car company. And yet.
But we cut back to inside. We learn everything that you just said about who's competing in what.
Yeah.
And we catch a very brief conversation between Mom and Wade about how neither of them like Harry, who is Margie's boyfriend who we just met, and they call him a breadhead, and they think he's boring.
I know. It's like, oh, do you find him exciting? It's like, it's more exciting watching grass grow.
But then Wayne goes to finish packing, and then we get the mincemeat scene.
I fucking love this scene.
Mom has been working on this mincemeat. It's a family recipe, and she's sure it's gonna win. Dad, Abel, comes in to taste it, and he's like, it's missing something. And she's like,
There's
yeah,
no
because they didn't put a
backbone to
whole bottle of brandy in it, because that's what the family recipe is, to, like, have a good amount of brandy.
What she
in the
says
mincemeat.
is,
she's like, I don't want them to think we're drunk.
She's like, I'm not going to advertise our family's alcohol preferences to the entire estate.
And Abel's like, all right, they don't know what they're missing.
Yep.
It sucks. But so Dad's like, all right, go get the kids to get ready. And Mom leaves the kitchen, at which point Abel, like, looks around, gets the bottle of brandy from under the sink, and pours about half the bottle into the mincemeat. Yeah, gives it a good stir, hides the bottle, and then goes to pack up the car.
Well, it's so funny because he, like, hears the mom coming, and so he, like, hurries to walk away, and then, like, as soon as she walks in, just slows down and starts whistling as he walks out the door. It's very funny comedy.
And then Mom, now alone in the kitchen, does the exact same thing where she, like, looks to make sure the kids aren't around and make sure Abel's outside. And then she goes and pours brandy into it, but essentially pouring the rest
entire
of the
bottle.
not realizing that half of it's already in there.
It's already
so
been
the entire
dumped.
bottle of brandy has been dumped into this mincemeat.
Oh, it's so funny. They're just about to leave, and just then the vet pulls up, and he hands Abel the hog's medication.
It's essentially pig Xanax.
Yeah, so it's like, if the pig gets stressed out because he's going to be traveling a lot, he's going to be in a new location, then give him these pills, it'll calm him the fuck down.
Because there is a presentation aspect of it's not like he's doing tricks or anything, but, like, he needs to be led around.
Walk around
pen.
and not panic.
Yeah. And show that he's a prime specimen of pig.
Of pigdom.
And they need him to behave.
Yeah.
At this point, Mom also comes out and sees that her special bedspread is in the pig's trailer.
So bad.
We meet the vet, who is such a Debbie Downer and is always thinking something bad is going to happen, to the point that he bets the dad $5 that something's gonna go wrong. And the dad's like, what? Why would you say that?
I know, but the dad makes the bet. He's like, I'll bet you $5 that my hog wins and that nothing bad will happen to the family. And the vet is like, I'll take that bet. Something bad's definitely gonna happen to your family. And I'm like, what a dick.
I don't know. How much was $5 worth in 1961, Grace?
I forgot to look that up. I know that $3 is about $30.
Really?
Yeah. $5 in 1960.
Well, by that math, I would say it's $50.
Yeah, it's a little bit less than 50. It's $47.60. So it's like he did a $50 bet.
Thank you for this math. After they shake hands on the bet, the whole family packs up into the car, and it's a very silly procession. They have the car, which is a convertible.
Oh yes, a perfect car for a long road trip. A convertible.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on this convertible. Then behind the convertible is the trailer with Blue Boy, and then behind the trailer with Blue Boy is the sports car that Wayne is going to be racing in.
Yeah.
We get a long montage of them traveling, and we get this reprise of the state fair song, like, our state fair is the best state fair in our state. The pig snorts on beat. It's adorable. Quick thing. During this montage, we get a lot of shots of them in the convertible. So clearly on a green screen, or not a green screen, but like a backdrop, because none of their hair is moving. It's
ridiculous. The whole idea, because they end up driving overnight. Like, Dad gets there and he's like, wake up, everyone. And everyone wakes up. And I'm like, were you guys just sleeping basically outside with cold wind rushing over your face? Yeah. How do you not all have pneumonia?
Texas is how.
My apologies. Yes.
Wind doesn't exist in Texas. Didn't you know? You cross the state line and your hair is perfect.
All right, so they arrive in Dallas.
Yes, they pull into the parking lot of a trailer park that they'll be staying in. And it's essentially like a nice trailer park. It's where all the people that are going to be staying for the full weekend always rent out their trailers. Like, this is where they stay.
Yeah.
The family's excited to get the trailer that they always get again.
Yeah.
And they settle in, and everyone immediately disperses.
Yeah.
It's Mom has made breakfast for everyone.
Yeah.
And Wayne's like, can't eat, gotta go race.
Yep.
And Dad's like, gotta go to the pig. And Margie's like, I'm gonna go have fun.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Mom's
I know,
like,
honestly,
all right,
this
I'll
feels
just go
like
fuck
in
myself
the
then.
50s whenever, like, moms make a huge breakfast and then the kids, like, take a
you
bite
mean
of toast
television
and then
today?
run off to school. And it's like, what is this?
Why? My biggest pet peeve.
So awful.
Truly everything is bigger in Texas. This fair is like Disney
Giant.
World.
Huge. Oh, and this is where I wrote 1961 Texas State Fair. So that's where the sign is.
Ah, thank you.
Yes.
Because of the big Texas statue man who has a name.
Woody?
Who I wrote down. No, because it's a real statue.
Is it? Okay.
For all those listeners out there that know this, they filmed this on the Texas State Fairgrounds, and that massive statue of a guy who's like booming voice is heard
Terrifying,
is named Big Tex.
Of course
he
it is.
exists in real life.
I'm sure he does, and I'm sure he is equally terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
We get a lot of tracking shots in this of, like, lots of rides, lots of people. It's like they keep wanting
like
to
fun.
remind you that, like, this is a huge fucking event, and there's, like, you know, amusement park rides, and there's, like, fun events, and just something's always happening, basically. It does look like a good time.
We follow Margie as she's wandering around. Like, clearly her family comes there every year. She's young enough that it still kind of, like, instills a bit of awe and wonder. And she's looking around to see the new stuff, and she stumbles upon a live TV, we'll call it a singing competition, but we are introduced to the character of Jerry, who is a, what do you want to call him, like a newscaster?
fuck
like
boy.
a TV? Yeah, but like a TV announcer.
Yeah, he's like a
We'll call him an announcer because he doesn't do news.
No, but he's like the little bits. So it's like, you know, whenever the anchors will, like, throw it to someone who's, like, presenting
Someone in
on
the
location,
field.
someone in the field, that's who he is.
Yeah, but because he does live events as well, I don't want to call him a newscaster. We'll call him an announcer.
Yeah.
Who is hosting this singing competition. And there's a silly bit where, like, a lady can't sing very well. Then he sees Margie and he goes all kinds of heart eyes and calls her up on stage and just doesn't ask her to sing, just kind of, like,
And
makes
he, like,
weird flirty small
Well, he just
talk
flirts so much
on
that
live
he
television.
runs out of time. And so he, like, pulls her off to the side and he was like, oh, can I get your name and address? Because we'll send you a consolation prize. And she's like, I get a consolation prize? And he's like, yeah, it might be me. And it's like, okay. And then he starts guessing her measurements, which I
like, just, like,
hated.
from looking her up and down.
Let me just start strong by saying, fuck Jerry.
Jerry's making all kinds of moves, laying it on thick, and Margie's
A little bit
young enough that
overwhelmed.
she's like, I don't know how to handle this.
I don't think she's ever
no.
flirted, really. I think Harry just kind of
No.
happened, and I don't think she's ever actually been subject to someone actively flirting with you.
Yeah, they're from a small town, and we learn this later, but she's never kind of imagined what her life would be like if she doesn't stay in her Banning, I think it's called, the hometown, and just like marry a local guy and like stay. And she has not had her eyes open to the possibility of a life outside of Banning.
Right.
So no one's ever aggressively flirted with her in this way.
Yeah.
And so she just kind of like shuts down.
But he's also obviously like over talking himself. He was like, oh yeah, you know, I used to cover wars and all of that in Kuwait, I think he says. So she's like, oh, the state fair must be pretty tame after all of that. And he was like, oh, well, I was sent here from Rome to cover the fair. And it's like, what are you talking about? Anyway, he asks to book her to dinner. And she's like, I'm busy, sorry. And he's like, well, if you change your mind, Big Daddy is never too far away. Shoot me in the fucking face.
Is that what he said?
He keeps calling himself Big Daddy throughout the entire fucking movie, and I like
hate that.
Hair
How old
on
do you
the
think he's
back
supposed
of
to
my
be?
neck stands up. He has to be in his mid to late 20s.
Mid-20s.
And she is not yet 21.
Cut from this ick scene to Wayne at the racetrack in his little red sports car. He does like a preliminary race, and he likes the time that he comes in at. It makes him one of the finalists for the big penultimate race. And the top three are Wayne, a random guy, and then Red, who is the
guy
tall,
from last year,
glowering redhead, who is the guy who beat Wayne last year
and ran him off the road.
Yeah, plays dirty, dominates the category by bullying everyone.
Yeah.
But so they have to do a very quick publicity shoot, all three of them.
Yeah.
And the photographer and the programming director call over like, all right, come over here. And then this very cute, early 20s girl in like
Redhead.
short shorts comes over
Like
for
a
the
full
publicity
yellow
photo.
outfit.
She has a
She
bouquet.
looks fabulous.
Yeah, they do individual photos of all the guys, so she's paired with each of them, and she kisses one on the cheek, and then she's paired with Red, and he fully kisses her on the mouth, and she does not like it, and I did not like it.
I didn't like it either. She pushes him off. Is like, hey, stop it.
Yeah, and after that, she gets to Wayne, and she's like, I don't want to kiss anymore. Here, you get the flowers.
Yeah, I know. They're like, that's too many kisses. Just give him flowers. And he's like, oh, okay.
But Wayne gets big heart eyes.
Oh, he does.
He's also never seen a woman's legs before.
So anyway, so he doesn't get a kiss, and he looks a little bit dejected, and she walks off. And after the picture, he runs after her, and he, like, presents her back the flowers. He's like, I don't need these, so you should have them. And she's like, well, sorry you got stuck with the flowers. And he was like, well, even if it had been a kiss, I would want to give that back too. And she starts laughing. It's a good line.
They learn a little bit about each other,
Yeah,
and
it's, like,
they learn that they're
flirty.
complete polar opposites. She's never been on a farm. He's never been not on a farm. But he says, like, he'd like to see her again. And she goes, okay, I'm not just here for photo ops. Like, I'm going to be in the show tonight. Just come see the show. It's at, like, a big amphitheater. Yeah. And he's like, okay.
But she kisses him on the cheek.
But he's like, you want to hang out now? And she's like, I gotta
go. Sorry.
And she walks away, and we're still at the racetrack. He climbs up into the stands to, like, watch her walk away.
Love
even
to watch her
farther,
walk
'cause
away.
but she keeps, like, getting out of view. And then we get the song That's For Me. I had never heard this song.
His voice is butter.
Oh, yeah. Pat Boone can sing.
Oh, yeah. No.
I never said he couldn't.
There's a moment later where she gets very overwhelmed by him singing at her, and I'm like, girl, I get it. Like,
Same.
Yeah.
The one thing I didn't like is that, I mean, this is big Maria energy
Oh,
from Tony.
yeah.
Just
this
like
is the same. Guys, this is West Side Story.
in Texas. No, but just like big singing to the sky.
Yeah.
Like, that girl, she's for me. I want no one else. And I loved it. He, like, jumps all over the stands. However, there is still a race going on, and this song ends with him in the middle of the racetrack.
He just, like, stands in the middle of the racetrack with these cars zooming by him, and he's just like, I'm in love. And I'm just like, I fully anticipated, like, a full Regina George moment of just a car plowing him over.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I mean, it's singing in the street, but it's not the kind we support, because this is just dangerous.
This is Danger Street.
This is Danger Street.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
I'm sorry, that really got me. Okay. Cut to pigs. Cut to the
pigs.
Swine Pavilion.
Oh boy. Oh man.
We're doing so well.
Oh man, we are
Mom
struggling today. Okay.
Goes to check in
Find Dad.
on Dad. Can't find him.
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to meet her for lunch, and he didn't.
It's like
and she
3
finds
now.
him next to Blue Boy's pen, setting up a cot. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, Blue Boy's not feeling well. I'm gonna stay here.
I know. So Blue Boy's just like lying down. Honestly, looks like a great time.
Lethargic.
So he's just refusing to get up, and he's worried that he's not going to be able to get up and do the presentation walk that he has to do. Fair enough.
And Mom's like, okay, I'ma go then.
I'm sure it'll be okay. She sort of like boosters his confidence a little bit.
I really liked the relationship.
Their relationship was
between the parents
amazing. It was
in this.
super teasy and fun and flirty and confident and supportive. Yeah.
Yeah. Once she leaves, Dad is beside himself that Blue Boy's not doing better, so that he gets into the pen with Blue Boy and
starts to
he's
sing
like,
him a song.
He sings him a song he's clearly sung him before, that he has created
Sweet
called
Hog
Sweet Hog of Mine.
It's so adorable. But 2 other guys walk by and stop like in shock. And as he finishes
Like farm
the
hands.
song, Dad looks up and sees them watching. And they're like, now I have seen everything. And they walk away.
Just then, a fellow farmer friend of Abel's, the dad, comes in leading his hog for competition. And they're like, oh, how you been?
It's a
good to see you
lady
since
hog.
last year. It's a lady hog. And oh, wouldn't you know, she gets set up in the pen directly across from Blue Boy's. And the 2 farmers talk farmer stuff But the girl hog kind of puts her little snout up against the fence of her pen, and Blue Boy's like, oh.
Hello.
Heart eyes
Heart
for
eyes.
Blue Boy.
So he perks right up and he gets up and starts walking around, and Abel is fucking thrilled and does another chorus of Sweet Hog of Mine. Anyway, cut to the trailer. It's evening. Margie comes out all dressed up and fancy, and Mom is like, why you so fancy? And she's like, well, the Midway's very fancy this year. So also, at first, Mom tries to get Wayne to take his sister out, and Wayne is like, I can't.
Hard pass.
I have to fix a carburetor.
Yeah, I got a tricky carburetor. I'm going to be in the garage all night.
And so Margie lies to her mom and says, oh, I met a very shy girl today who doesn't want to walk around alone, so I promised to meet up with her. And Mom's like, yeah.
Mom lets Margie leave.
Yeah.
Wayne is still, like, getting ready for his carburetor.
In the shower singing.
Like, Dad shows up, and he, like, now that Blue Boy's feeling better and has a girlfriend, he's going to sleep at the trailer tonight.
Yes.
And they have a quick conversation that, like, Mom's not super confident in her mincemeat this
they
year
upped her ranking. Because she won so much last year.
Yeah.
That they were like, oh, well, then you got to be bumped up.
But it's bullshit because she's against, like, corporations that are competing.
Yeah.
It would be like if you were at a pretzel competition and, like, Auntie Annie's was one of the entered competitors.
Abel says, you know, you're still going to win. And then we get a lot of shots of just, like, fair happenings.
Cut to Margie outside what I thought was a TV station. It's not.
Gymnasium.
Yeah, it's a gymnasium. She goes inside. There's a weightlifting competition happening, and she sees Jerry, her beau, live announcing the competition. Mm-hmm. And a question, does she think he sees her and ignores her?
No, I think that he just, like, looks right past her.
Okay.
I don't think that he, like, makes eye contact and, like, doesn't recognize. No, I think it's more of just, like, a sweeping glance. Also, he's working. Like, he's focusing on his job. So
fair.
I didn't mind this bit as much. But so she, like, tries to catch his eye, but he doesn't see her.
He's working.
He's working.
Does she stay?
Well, she waits there. So what happens is she waits there, and he gets off and
Inside the
passes
auditorium.
it over to the next guy who's going to be announcing the next event. And he walks away, and she sort of tries to follow, but, like, gets in view of the camera.
And at that moment,
she sees
him
walk off with a blonde,
put his arm around the waist of a blonde girl that's been waiting for him. Mm-hmm. Margie's like, oh man.
Yeah.
And so Jerry leads the blonde girl out, like, clearly, like, they're on their way.
They're on their way to go get a beer.
They're gonna go grab a beer.
Then Jerry walks over to, like, the TV van to go and say goodbye to the two guys that work there. And while he's there, he sees on their small screen, he sees Margie on the camera, because this girl does not understand what a camera is, and is just sort of standing next to the other announcer, like, looking around. It's so stupid.
Ma'am, please.
Ma'am,
stand over
please.
there. And Jerry's like, oh, fuck. Yeah. And he runs back into the gymnasium.
But she comes out, they, like, miss each other, and she walks off further into the fair, and he comes running out, and his date, the blonde, is just like, excuse me, we were gonna get a beer, and he's like, I never touched this stuff, and then runs off after Margie. Like, what a dick.
Yeah, he fully bails on this blonde girl.
Yeah.
He follows Margie through the fair. We see a lot of shots of her just, like, she dejectedly walking around like, I didn't get to see my date. And him just like, where is she? But then he sees her, and she gets in line for, like, the spinning teacups kind of ride.
Yeah, exactly.
He cuts the line, steals someone's sunglasses to disguise himself.
Yeah.
And then gets into her teacup.
Yeah.
The ride starts, and she is, like, because of the centrifugal...
Centrifugal?
Is that it? Centrifugal.
There's two. And I never know which one's which.
The force of the ride pushes her into him.
Physics pushes her into him.
And she's like, oh. And by the end of the ride, she's like, oh, it's Jerry.
Oh, it's Jerry. And they're, like, cuddled up under. Yeah. So then they come out of the ride, and he invites her out for dinner, and she's like, I already ate. And he's like, well, what about a drink? And she says, okay. So they go to a restaurant, and he asks her what she drinks. And she says, oh, I don't really know. And he's like, don't worry, Big Daddy will handle it. I hate this man. So he comes over, and he orders 2 vodka with tonics. And the waiter is like, oh, can I see your ID? And she's like, oh, I guess maybe I just forgot it. I don't know. So This is where we find out her age. So in 1962 in Texas, I looked this up, the legal age to drink was 21. It wasn't until the 70s that they lowered it to 18, and then it went up to 19, and then it went back up to 21 with the federal mandate. So she is younger than 21. My guess is she is 19. Oh.
But so she orders a lemonade instead.
Well, he orders for her a lemon drop and a double shot of vodka for him. So she's a bit embarrassed over what just happened. He's like, it's okay. And she's like, oh, you're so different than anyone else I've ever met.
Yeah, he like name drops all the places he's been.
And then he starts telling
so
about
obnoxiously worldly.
But like also starts telling weird stories. Like it's one thing if like someone's traveled a lot and they start talking a lot about their travels and you're like, this isn't really where I thought the conversation was going. This guy's like, I met this stripper in Paris and she was wearing a cellophane skirt and sat on my lap and like pretending like this is a fun story. It's like, what are you doing?
He's trying to impress her and is choosing all the wrong anecdotes.
Exactly.
And this poor girl looks so overwhelmed.
So then their drinks come over and Jerry pours half of his double shot of vodka into her drink. So he's still giving her alcohol.
Correct. And she's underage, we have decided.
Cut to Wayne going to see Emily's show. Do you want to talk about this? Because he acts like an insane person.
I do want to talk about it. So Wayne goes, it is at a big amphitheater, big open air space. First, Wayne sits down, and the first half of the show is a very odd clown acrobat ballet. We see Emily, who is the girl that he met at the racetrack. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the Duloc song from Shrek.
I buy
a little
that.
Bit.
Yep, I get that a lot.
It was the big wigs and like the red circles for rouge on the cheeks. Yeah. And the song was, isn't it kind of fun? And it was very saccharine, sweet singing. Like a lot of physical clowning. Yeah. But they were kind of just like Raggedy Ann dolls.
Okay, yeah. That's helpful.
It was odd.
Yeah.
And then there is a complete 180 tonal shift. And suddenly, Emily is the star of the show and is very scantily clad and is like black leotard with heels. And the only other dancers are like men in red turtlenecks and pants.
Yes.
It's the same song, but now it's jazzy. But now it's sexy. Very, very Marilyn Monroe, like some like it hot vibes.
Exactly.
But
Wayne is
different quality of singing because Ann-Margaret's actually like singing this.
Exactly.
I would posit that Wayne has never been to a theatrical event before because what this man, this adult man, is so shocked
overwhelmed
to his core
by her legs.
He stands up in the middle of a theater and walks down the aisle.
Oh my god.
And gets as close to the stage. He like walks through the orchestra pit.
Through the orchestra pit. Sir, sit down. It was at this point that our ultimate waiter, which is the usher, is like, sir, can I see your ticket? Let me lead you back to your seat.
But he's just like drawn like a moth to a flame.
What an insane man.
Oh my god.
It's so funny.
The number is great. The number is...
number's super fun. So, cut to him waiting after her show. He picks her up and says, you know, oh, you were fabulous. And they're like, oh, let's walk around the fair and see what we can find.
This is when he learns her name.
Yes.
I think. Or maybe this is when I learned her name.
I think this is when we learned her name, yes. Then we cut to Margie and Jerry walking around, and they saw this one event where it was like horses doing a tug of war with a tractor. I also learned today that one horse has about 15 horsepower, and that makes me irrationally angry. Anyway.
Did you think it was more?
I thought one horse would be 1 horsepower. That is what it is. It is a horsepower.
Oh, it's not a 1-to-1.
I was so mad.
Did you think that cars that are like 400 horsepower just had like
400 horses?
No! Grace! You work for a car company.
That means nothing.
It's not a 1-to-1 ratio. Even I knew that.
I did not. It's fine. You learn something new every day.
Okay.
Anyway.
Jerry and Emily are walking around. I think she might be tipsy. Who's to say? They're just walking around and he leads her into kind of like a darker corner. And I wrote all caps like, don't go into dark corners with strange men.
Danger Street.
Stranger danger on Danger Street.
Great. Oh, perfect. All right, so
New merchandise dropping next week.
Next week, Stranger Danger on Danger Street. With like a little horse. Anyway, Jerry sits them down and like abruptly kisses her out of nowhere. There is no lead up to it. And he says, "You're the first mint flavored girl I've ever kissed." Hate it. Oh, but this is the best. She's like, "No, I think it's just my perfume. It's called Catastrophe." We need more perfumes with names like this. It was like Catastrophe by Keira Knightley. Like Chaos by Demi Lovato. Like, I just need more of this.
Arson by Jennifer Lopez.
Breaking and Entering by Mark Antony. Like
Manslaughter by Tom Ford. And then the limited edition is vehicular manslaughter.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Oh boy. Anyway, we need more
Manslaughter
like that.
for her. Alright, this bit needs to be done. Bit needs to be done.
Oh boy. I could go on like that all day. Anyway.
We have a podcast to run.
And I'm crying. Alright. So,
God.
he kisses her again, but she pulls away. She's like, it's not. She's like, it's not fair. I've been seeing a guy named Harry back home, and she's like, he's kind of boring. He always makes the same jokes. And he's like, well, are you gonna marry him? She's like, I don't know. I guess like that's what everyone else does. And then he kisses her again, super aggressively. And like in 1962 terms, he was like, let's have sex, but like
in however they said it.
Yeah. And she pushes him off and runs away. He watches her go and he doesn't chase after her. Cut to Emily and Wayne.
I do want to say really, really quickly, the last time we saw Emily and Wayne, she's like, what do you want to do now? And he's like, let's go walk around the fair. Like, so, just like a glass of whole milk as a person.
Milk. A whole
and
ass
she's
glass
just
of milk.
like, okay.
Sure.
And so they are, which like, to be fair, she works there. That'd be kind of like...
If you like worked at Disney World and someone was like, let's go on a date to
like,
Disney World. And it's like, okay.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think she was hoping they would, like, go get a drink somewhere.
Go
or, like,
to
go to
dinner.
a club.
Yeah.
Yeah, go out dancing. Like, somewhere not on the fair.
Right,
but
exactly.
So they're at a photo booth. They're taking some cute photos.
They do seem to be having a good night, though. Like, she doesn't seem bored.
Just then, the other racers come by, led by Red,
Our
who's
gangster.
mean.
And his goons.
Yeah, and he makes some, like, gross comment about how Emily's gonna take so much energy out of Wayne tonight that he won't be able to race.
And I was like, is he
Yeah.
saying that she'll give him polio? I was so confused as to what he was intimating.
It's not how you get...
I was like,
No,
that's not how polio happened.
He's implying that, like, what I took of it was that, like, Red knows Emily is like a sexually liberated woman, and she's like, they're gonna have so much sex tonight that he's not gonna be able to exist tomorrow.
Great. And Wayne, being the glass of milk that he is like, I demand an apology on her behalf.
Defending her honor.
Yeah.
And starts to take his jacket off.
I know, he's like, put up or shut up, Red. And then Red fucking puts up and knocks him down.
Knocks him out while Wayne is trying to take his jacket off like a gentleman.
Like a dummy.
Fully paunches him, knocks him to the ground.
Like a sack of bricks.
Wayne lands kind of weird on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And Emily's like, stop it.
So she goes to help him up and Red walks away. Cut to Margie getting home. Abel is asleep outside, and so she goes inside and turns off the light because her mom's light was still on.
He's been waiting for her.
Yeah, he has. He's a good dad. And then Mom was like, so how was the boy? And she was like, how did you know?
There was no... and Margie doesn't even be like, oh,
she doesn't even pretend.
What boy?
No. And I love Mom, what she says. She's like, where you're going, I've already been. Like...
Yeah. Like, all right, let's have a talk. How serious is this?
Yeah.
And invites her to, like, sit down on the bed next to me.
And just like, oh, you know, kept trying to kiss me every 10 feet, and I decided I didn't want to do anything, so I told him flat no, or at least I did in my head, and I ran away.
Yeah, Margie's like, I'm confused, and I've decided I'm never going to see him again, but I didn't tell him that, so I just said that to me.
And then Mom starts to sing the song, Never Say No to a Man.
Which is a song that was added for this film.
Yes. It's like, simply avoid saying yes, but don't give them a hard no. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. This advice is still...
decide.
This
It's
advice
still,
is
it's still ick.
but it's still something that women use today of like, if a man is aggressive towards you, you don't say a hard no.
Deflect. It's all about deflecting.
Yeah.
What's that martial art that's like about like
Tai Chi.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just emotional Tai Chi.
Emotional Tai Chi. Let's just move you around me and then past.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, to avoid a man murdering you. Anyway.
It's a useful skill to have, but like should not be your only resort. Like you should be able to say no. And a man should be able to deal with it.
Yeah. So anyway, this song happens. It's fine. Cut to Emily's apartment.
Yeah, Emily's got a little bachelorette pad.
Yes, she does. She is giving Wayne a massage. He is shirtless. And he thanks her and is like, oh, I wish we could spend more time together at the fair. And they kiss, and he's the one who pulls back. Emily is obviously just like, I know where this evening is going. Let's move forward. But he pulls back and is like, oh, I'm sorry. And she's like, it's okay. You know, I've been here before. And he's like, are you a bad girl? She's like, no, but I wouldn't take a poll about it.
I have so many thoughts about this scene.
I'll finish doing a brief overview and then we'll go into it. So she is just like, listen, I always just follow the rules of show business, always leave him laughing, never anything serious. And he's like, well, if that's what you want to do, then that's what we'll do. It'll just be for the fair. That's what this will be. So they do a big kiss, and then he starts to sing the song, Willing and Eager. This is a consent song.
It's so sexy, and I just wasn't into it.
That's fair. It was very overwhelming. She is overwhelmed. Halfway through, she's like, okay, let's take a quick 10-second break. But then she sings too.
Cold shower.
And it's a fade to black.
And it fades out because they totally fuck.
They totally fuck.
The one thing that you didn't say is that she says, like, it's the rules of showbiz, like, leave him laughing, never get into kind of a relationship, keep it casual. And he's like, well, what if we did get into a relationship? And she's like, I'd get in trouble with the union. She blames the actors union, saying there's a rule.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well, because halfway through the scene, the version that I was watching, the audio went out, and so I had to find another version.
Yeah, it's in this scene because I did the same thing. But she says like she'll get a fine if she gets in a relationship. She blames actors' equity. She's just like, the union. No,
I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
Oh, I'm so sad you missed that. It's just like how sad I was when you missed Lionel getting stepped on in Cinderella.
Amazing. Anyway, they definitely fuck, but the agreement is it's gonna be
it's casual.
It's like a 3-day affair. It's gonna be super fun while they're there, but neither of them are gonna like assign anything to this.
They're not gonna catch feelings.
Yes.
Famous last words.
Cut to the next day. It's the food competition.
Mincemeat day.
Oh my god, this is I think my favorite competition. This comedy bit that they do with the judges is spectacular.
Take it away.
I think this is my moment of joy. So Jerry is there doing the presenting of everything, and Margie and Jerry see each other. They're a bit awkward about it, but Mom doesn't notice because she is so nervous.
Again, it's bullshit that she's competing against major corporations.
Corporations, yeah. There's a bit right before we get into this where Jerry is pulled aside by a producer. He's like, oh, you're being given the auto race to cover. It'll be streamed live to Chicago. This is a really big deal. And so Jerry's fucking excited. Anyway, so it's time for the tasting. So there are 3 different mincemeats that they are tasting. And so there are 3 judges, and they each get a spoon and they dip it in the first one and they taste it. They look at each other, they don't say anything, and then they move to the next one and they taste it, look at each other, and then they move on to the last one, which is Mom's. And so they taste it, and then immediately taste it again, and then immediately taste it again, and all 3 of them are just, like, scooping it out. Shoveling it. And then, like, the lady judge is like, okay, wait, we have to go back. We have to taste it. So she goes back to the second one, because they're, like, supposed to taste each of them twice, and, like, taste it again, but the other 2 guy judges are still at the other one, just, like, shoveling this mincemeat in. So she goes back and grabs them, and then they do, like, a very perfunctory tasting of the other 2. And then they come back together, and they, like, decide. And then the judge comes out to announce the winner, but he's slurring his words because Mom's mincemeat
drunk.
is so boozy that it's gotten the judges drunk. And so he's like, I would like to give a first place award to, wait, do we give a plaque? We also have a plaque we're going to give for the distinguished cooking in the mince meat, and it is to Mrs. Fresney, that one right there. He like can't figure out her name. He just like points to her. So Jerry comes over to interview Mom and is like, "Oh, what's the secret recipe?" And she's like, plenty of lemon." And he goes to the judges and asks the judges for a word, and the guy just burps, and it's great. I fucking loved it. This whole scene was so funny to me. Anyway, Mom and Margie walk outside.
They walk outside, and Mom says, I'm not going to say this is my moment of joy, but mom's like, I am so happy, I have to go lie down.
I know.
Same.
She's like
Same.
so overwhelmed. She's like, it was so stressful. Now I have to lie down. So she leaves, and Margie's like, oh, I'm going to go and walk around the fair. Jerry comes out and is like, I want to meet you at your place tonight for chess.
Yeah, but he's trying to suss out whether her parents are going to be home or not.
And she's like, oh, well, my dad prefers that I play outdoor games, which is a very weird innuendo. This whole thing is weird. And they have
I missed that.
They have no chemistry.
They have
it's so bad.
Gripe.
Big gripe. Anyway, he's like, fine, whatever. I'll see you at 8.
Cut to same day, it's like midday. Emily is at the amphitheater practicing her routine with her dancers. The director gives them like a 10-minute break. Just then, vroom, 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 Wayne pulls up in his little hot rod red race car.
Yep.
And he's like, hey, Emily, come here. I want to show you something. And she goes over to the fence because there's like a fence dividing them. And surprise, surprise, he's christened his car Emily. He has painted her name in like loopy cursive on the back. Mm-hmm. This is not chill. This is not what was said.
Sir,
that was
we
not
said
what was agreed.
No feelings. He says, I'll come see you after my race or after your show, and we'll go out tonight. And she's like, just remember, this is a fun weekend, no strings, no feelings. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. And then like runs off.
Why would you think I was feeling any different?
Understand. Cut to the trailer. Mom comes out and asks Dad to come to bed, and he's like, I'm waiting for the kids, and she's like, you are thinking about the hog.
Do not lie to me.
Yeah, and he's like, this is the last shot, the perfect pig, it's the perfect time, it's now or never.
We cut to the restaurant. It's the same restaurant, but there's a dance floor in the center of the dining room, and there was last night, but it wasn't really in use. Yeah. But we see several couples dancing. The chorus is singing. It's a grand night for singing. I don't remember if there was an actual band singing. This is the same restaurant from the other night from Margie and Jerry's date. They're dancing with each other. And we really quickly cut to see the main judge from the mincemeat competition is also there. With his wife, I'm assuming. And he's just kind of swaying in his chair.
And he's like
singing.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just hitting the main notes.
But Margie and Jerry are singing to each other.
And they're dancing together. And then we also cut and we see Emily and Wayne on a Ferris wheel. They're also singing. It's like just a quick moment.
Both couples are having a good time.
Yes. Cut to Emily and Wayne getting back to her apartment. They start making out, but Wayne stops them and he has her close her eyes and he pulls out a ring. You know what?
A ring box.
Sir.
What happened to not catching feelings?
It's been 36 hours.
And he has her open her eyes, and he full on proposes to her, and he goes, it's almost a carrot. Like, he's very, very excited to give this to her.
She doesn't say anything. She does look delighted, and she hugs him, and she lets him put the ring on her, but she does not say yes. Because he's like, don't say anything, don't ruin the night. And she's like, I haven't said anything. And I was like,
But she does put the ring on, and he starts to prattle on about how her meeting his parents and how much she'll like banning, how much she'll like the farm. Was there ever a conversation about that? Other than him telling her about the farm? No. Cut back to
because it's been, let me repeat, 36 hours.
Come back to Jerry and Margie walking around the fairgrounds at night, and he says,
after the fair, he'll be off to Egypt.
Yeah, and he says, like, well, you're going to come with me. Like, you can come with me. Wherever I go, you can come. Yeah. We can have adventures together.
Yeah. He kisses her and she stops him. She's like, I know that this all leads somewhere. And he's like, it doesn't have to. And she's like, no, but it would. And that would mean something to me. So basically, like, if we continue this, like, it's going to lead to us sleeping together. And, like, that would mean something to me. And I don't know that it would mean anything to you.
Which is fair.
Completely fair.
And I'm proud of her for, like, having that
thought. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And she sort of accuses him of putting her on a pedestal. And he starts to sing the song, This Isn't Heaven, which is kind of negging.
She also
Is this negging? It's like, you're not an angel. I didn't call you, like, divine. It just feels very weird.
But here's the thing. She introduces the topic because she says, like, listen, you are putting me on a pedestal. I'm not the angel that you think I am.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the song comes out of. So he's not introducing that thought.
Fair enough.
I think let me look up the lyrics to This Isn't Heaven really quickly, because I want to remind myself, because again, it's been a week.
Yes.
This isn't heaven, who needs it? This is earth. You're not an angel, who wants one? You in the flesh will do. You're so real, I'm reeling. Who called you divine? Watch me walk across the ceiling, shouting, you're mine, you're mine. Listen, it's not Rodgers and Hammerstein's best work.
No, it's not their best work. It's fine. It's not,
But there are lyrics in that song that are, like, romantically possessive of, like...
you're mine, etc.
She then asks him if he loves her, and he doesn't say it explicitly.
Like, what do you think? And she's like, that's
and then he
not
says,
an answer. And he's like, of course.
And then he does say, of course, that way. You can literally see my train of thought where I'm like, he didn't say it. Oh, wait, yes, he just did.
Okay. And she's like, then I don't care what happens. And she initiates this big kiss. And she says, I don't care what happens next. I know you wouldn't lie about this. And suddenly he looks very uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
He does a big panic.
Big panic, bails. He's like, oh, it's getting late.
It's like,
you should go home.
Rain check on that sex that we were going to just do.
Yeah. He, like, sends her packing. Not in a mean way, but he's like, you actually...
It's getting late. You should go home.
This scene takes place in, like, a park around the fairground. And so the way she exits is just, like, going deeper and deeper into the frame.
So we still
and at
see
one
her.
point she turns around and shouts at him, like, I'll never marry Harry. And he's like, go home.
I know. He's like, I could never marry Harry when I love you so much. And he's like, good night. It's like, oh my God. This man
he watches her leave. Justice for Margie.
Justice for Margie, justice for Emily. Both of these men are trash. Anyway.
Agreed. All right, cut to the next day, and it's Swine Day!
It is Pig Day! Amazing. So we cut to the pig judge.
They're in, like, a big tent.
Barn?
With stands.
Yeah.
The family arrives to watch the show. They get up into the stands to watch. Mom is very nervous, and they all kind of, like, size up the competition of the pigs.
So they do a presentation, but Blue Boy gets distracted by the smell of the girl pig, whose name I think is Jaja, as in Jaja Gabor. I'm pretty sure that's the pig's name. Gets distracted by the smell of the lady pig from before, and in the middle of his presentation, he lays down and won't get up.
Wait. Okay, I misinterpreted this then, because what I thought happened is, like, Dad starts to lead Blue Boy around the ring, and I thought that Blue Boy does his lap, and he's looking for Jaja, but he doesn't find her. Yeah. So he flops down in defeat.
That's what I'm saying. He's, like, distracted by, because she was in the cage, and then she was led away to be fed. Sorry, maybe I didn't, like, fully explain. So it's
you
like...
did not say that.
He, So Blue Boy goes to the cage where she was at, her smell is there, but, like, can't see her, and so he just goes to the middle and just, like, flumps to the ground.
And nothing Dad can do will get him up.
Just then...
And the judges are like...
Just then, Jaja is brought back, and Blue Boy immediately gets up and goes to her and finishes his lap, and the judges deliberate, and Blue Boy wins. Yay.
And then we immediately cut to the racetrack, because it's race time.
Yeah, it was at this point that I wrote, is there no real conflict in this movie? Like...
No big one. It's an ensemble film in that, like...
Tiny little pieces. Anyway, so we cut to the racetrack. Red says some shit to Wayne.
Jerry is reporting on the race.
Wayne is distracted looking for Emily. She arrives just a little bit late, so he's already on his way to the track, so he doesn't see her there.
The family is there. And instead of going into the stands, the family is, like, right up in front of the fence. And Emily kind of comes behind them, land right behind them.
Because she hears them talking about Wayne, so she's like, oh, this must be his family. Now, they see the word Emily written on the back of the car, and bless Margie, she was like, what is that for? Wasn't there a hurricane, Emily, like, last year? And they're like, yeah, it's definitely for the hurricane.
But no, because Mom's like, no. I bet Emily's that tricky new carburetor that Wayne has been worried
so distracted
about.
by.
And then Mom goes on to be like, it'll never work and it shouldn't happen because Wayne is too sweet and gullible and he's going to be tricked by this woman. And Emily's like, what? You don't even fucking know me.
She doesn't say that, but that her face
She
says
doesn't say that. Yeah, that's on her face.
But Mom is also like, he has a girl back home, which I don't think Emily knew about. Whoever this person is just trash. He may not know it, but she's trash. And I'm like, holy shit.
You don't know her at all.
Yeah. It was the only time where I was like, Mom, what is wrong with you?
And it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's not really justified in any other thing
character.
Than, like, Mom being protective of her child. And like, she does not know anything about this girl.
Yeah.
She's just assuming she's trash because they met at the fair?
Yes.
I don't know.
Anyway,
but
so...
like, you're at the fair. Your daughter's at the fair.
So it's so weird. So Emily hears all of this and is understandably shaken, but does not leave because she wants to see Wayne compete.
The race starts.
There's a funny moment where Mom is like, oh, I hate how fast these things go. And is like, Dad is like, oh, well, I liked excitement when I was his age. And it's like, when you were his age, cars went 6 miles an hour. So
yeah. The race happens, and oh no, some of the cars crash, and Red is there, and Red is playing dirty, as always. Wayne and Red are still in the race, and then Red plays dirty against Wayne and, like, kicks up dirt and almost makes him crash. But,
and Wayne eventually, like...
He spins out, but he catches up,
sidles up, and then, like, pushes Red off the race. So they both are out of the race, and that third guy that was also in the running is the one that ends up winning, which I found hilarious.
So after Red knocks Wayne off the track for the first time in this race, Wayne's like, you know what? The title doesn't matter. Fuck this guy. I'm going to deliberately
make sure that I don't need to win. I need him to lose.
Him to lose. Yeah, 100%. So the third guy wins.
Yeah.
The race is over.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited.
Oh, this is when the trash conversation happens. Yeah. So
Mom says, all right, now that the race is over, all that's left is to deal with this girl.
This trash that Wayne is involved with.
The family walks off. Wayne has gotten out of his car. He's looking for Emily. They haven't met each other yet, but Emily watches the car with her name on it get towed away, and she goes, so long, Emily. And then she walks off crying.
But she runs off without seeing Wayne, obviously very upset over these incredibly hurtful comments. That the family, that Wayne is like, my mother will love you.
Yeah.
These comments about her. So
Wayne greets his family and he's like, hey, yeah, good to see you. Have you looking for Emily. He can't find her. And he's sad because he thinks she didn't come to see him race.
Cut to Jerry. He did a great job commentating this race.
We're kind of outside the parking lot of the racetrack. And the producer who talked to Jerry earlier comes up and be like, hey, the other producers fucking loved you. Yeah. Great job. We love you so much that we're actually
offering you a job in Chicago. As a sports commentator, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but he has to be on a flight tonight. Like, it's a big deal. This is a major next step in his career. And Jerry's like, I can't tonight. I got a date.
Girl. And the guy's like, it's the job or the girl. And he chooses the job.
That's not quite what happens. Jerry's like, I can't take this job until I go tell Margie that I made everything up. Yeah. That I've never been to Egypt. I've never even seen the movie The Casbah. Yeah. And the producer's like, look, again, this is where it is. The producer's like, you'd be crazy to give up on this once-in-a-lifetime job. And Jerry's like, all right, I'll do the job. Yeah. He doesn't say he's not going to go see Margie, but he does take the job. Yes. Cut to the family's trailer. Wayne is primping and singing to himself while Mom and Dad sit outside and quietly chat. And Mom's like, I'm patting myself on the back. I nipped Emily business in the bud. Yeah. And I've solved it by making sure Wayne doesn't see her tonight, by making Wayne take Margie to the fair. Problem solved. So Margie comes out, and so the kids run off. And they get to the fair. And one of the funnier moments. This is my moment of joy.
I love this.
This is my moment of joy.
Do you want to take it?
Yeah, so Wayne and Margie get to the fair. They get in front of the big tech statue, which is at the entrance. And Wayne turns to Margie. He's like, all right, I will give you $2 if you don't follow me for the rest of the night, but you say we were together. Yeah. And she's like, make it $3. And he's like, okay, fine, fuck it, $3. Are you happy with that? She's like, I was gonna give you money.
Yeah, she was like, I was gonna give you $2. And he's like, all right, fair enough, you swindled me.
So the kids split up.
Yeah. Back at the trailer, Abel and Mom decide that they can't just sit around for the final night. Everything went so well, they have to go off into the fair too, and so they go off
have
together.
A little date night of their own.
It's so cute. And so they get on a merry-go-round and they have a song together called It's the Little Things in Texas.
Which is also for this film because again, this film takes place in Texas, and normally this. Well,
there's a specific song that
Iowa.
this is replacing that mentions Iowa by name, and I'll talk about that when we get to our dramaturgy. Cool. So they kiss at the end. It's just a very cute, pointless moment.
Duet.
Yep. Cut to Emily's apartment.
Wayne comes in, sees her packing up her entire apartment, and is like, but why?
It's like, you're leaving without a word? She's like, is goodbye one word or two? And I'm like, ooh, savage.
Yeah, she's snarky in this scene. She's leaving because
she's protective of herself in this scene.
Yeah. She says, like, look, we were just dreaming. I got a job. I got a tour to do. And you don't know how lucky you are that you have the stability of your life at home. And then the scene really takes a turn.
Yeah, and she's like, listen, I'm in show business. You have a girlfriend back home. You can go back to the farm and have a bunch of kids, but that's not my life. It never has been. And he's like, you knew from the beginning that we had a time limit. Like, we said this at the beginning.
Yeah. And he does not take this well. He's like, I know you were in love with me. Here, take this Bible.
Swear on the Bible that you don't love me.
Swear on it that you don't love me. Then he kind of grabs her at the shoulders and shakes her and says, like, say it. And she can't say it, but she tells him she kicks him out.
She yells at him to leave and starts crying.
Yeah.
But she also tries to give him back the ring that he gave her, but he doesn't take it. And right at the end, he turns around right before as he goes to leave. It's like, even after everything that you just said, I still wish it was different. And he leaves and she just bursts into tears. It's very traumatic.
I do not like how physical he got with this.
Nah, as soon as he knocked something off of the bedside table, I was like, oh no, violence is there.
Cut to Margie walking around the fair late at night. Yep. Stranger danger on Danger Street. She's by the TV station looking for Jerry, and Jerry
never
doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Later that night, I love this scene. Later that night, Dad comes out of the trailer to see Wayne stumbling home. He trips over an inch curb and into some bushes. It's great.
Over his own feet, drunk as a skunk.
Oh yeah. He sees his dad and tries to walk in a straight line, but is like, whoa.
It's a nice bit of physical comedy.
It is. And he tries to be cool about it. He's like, I suppose you think I've been drinking. He's like, not until you mentioned it.
And then Wayne just totally loses it. He cries.
Oh yeah, he's like, well, at least I'm honest. That's more than most people can say. Like Emily, and then he bursts into tears. It's just big old man tears.
Oh my god. And Dad's like, all right, let's get you inside, get you changed. And Wayne's like, all crying on his dad's shoulder, like, you've never been in love like this. And Dad says, well, don't tell your mother.
Like, well, of course not, but don't tell your mom. I've been fooling her for 30 years.
No. He says that, but he also says, when Wayne's like, you've never been in love like this, Dad says, well, we didn't get you by being casual.
That's what I'm saying. I fucking love the dad. The mom lost her cred for me whenever she started calling Emily trash, but the dad has done no wrong this entire time.
Yeah, Dad helps Wayne get into his twin-sized bed, fully helps him get undressed, takes his boots off for him, takes his socks off.
And he tells a story about a girl that he knew when he was younger before he met Mom. He was just like, and it was a great summer, and then we broke up at the end, and I was heartbroken, and it was awful, but I recovered, and you know what? I can't remember her name. So, this is how life is.
You will move on. You will survive this. And Wayne, drunk in his bed's like, I'll never forget Emily.
And I was like, well, no shit, you painted her on the back of your car.
Cut to the next day. The family is packing up to leave. Dad uses a payphone to call the farm hands, be like, all right, we're on our way home, and hey, tell the vet that nothing went wrong, so he owes me $5.
Yeah. So they all get home. The vet comes by to see.
We do not get a montage through Texas.
God, again.
They just arrive home.
The vet comes in to see for sure, because it wasn't just about Blue Boy winning, it was about everyone being happy. And so he's like, okay, Blue Boy won, Mom's mincemeat won, so you two are okay, so let's check in on the kids. And he asks Wayne, and Wayne is like skipping, like nothing, not a care in the world. And he's like, yeah, everything's great. And he gets in his car to go see Betty Jean, his original girlfriend, in that red car with Emily's name on it. I wonder how that went down.
Is Emily's name still on the back?
When did he have time to take it off?
I don't know. He should be incredibly hungover, and he is
Truly.
not.
And so then the vet goes to ask Margie, and just then the phone rings, and Mom is like, oh, it's probably Harry. Go and talk to him.
Yeah, but Margie's kind of glum.
She's
The
very
vet's like,
sad.
oh, Margie seems sad. Margie, how was the fair? And before she can answer, the phone rings. Margie goes inside, answers the phone, super glum, thinking it's Harry, but it's Jerry. He came to see her.
I know, he's in town. He's like, I don't know where I am, but I think I'm in your town.
And she's like, drive to the end of the road. She doesn't give him any kind of direction. She's like, goes past the general store.
It's like, yeah, okay, fair enough.
But so she runs out of the house, and Doc's like, wait, you didn't tell me how the fair was. She goes, it was amazing.
And pay my dad.
I paid my dad his $5.
And so he runs off to find Jerry, and then they do a big kiss, and they don't talk about anything, and he takes her into his car, and that's the end.
And then they drive away. And we do see Wayne driving as well.
With his girlfriend.
And I couldn't tell if it was Emily or Betty Jean.
No, it was Betty Jean. It was not
Betty
Emily.
Jean.
Justice for Emily.
Justice for Emily. And honestly, like,
fuck Jerry.
I needed more character development from Jerry. I needed more development from Jerry.
I needed
like, Jerry
more
was not
from you.
redeemed in my eyes. All right.
So that's the
With
end.
that brings us to the end of State Fair. Holy moly, this is a long one.
Yeah.
They talked a lot. I told you that when you hadn't watched it. I was like, buckle up, it's going to take you a while.
They have a lot to say. So...
You said at the very beginning of this episode that you did not like this film. So.
And I think it's for the things we talked about. Jerry was not redeemed, and it was not made clear what they were going to do. Like, was he just visiting? Like, what was this?
What I took it as, Margie was leaving to go explore,
but
like they were going to go travel together and have
adventures.
adventures.
It wasn't clear, and he never told her that he was lying. I hated their entire interaction.
Oh yeah, he did.
They have no chemistry, so there wasn't even that to make up for. At least there was a little bit of chemistry between Pat Boone and Ann-Margaret. I hated that Mom ended up being kind of a bitch when she showed no sign of that before. It was a big old character assassination. Honestly, the whole time I was just like, oh, Mom and Dad, what great characters. They're just having a good time and their kids are getting up to shenanigans. And then suddenly she just is shitting on this person that she's never met for no reason. And it ended up hurting someone who didn't deserve it. And so it felt like they just fucked it up. Yeah. Which honestly is what most of the reviewers also agreed with. Like,
I feel exactly the same.
Yeah.
Let's dive into a little dramaturgy. Dramaturgy report. All right. This was directed by Jose Ferrer, who is a Puerto Rican actor and director. Big ol' acting credits. Yeah. He played Cyrano de Bergerac on Broadway, won the inaugural Tony Award for Best Actor in a Play in 1947, reprised the role in a 1950 film and won an Oscar, becoming the first Puerto Rican-born actor and first Hispanic actor to win an Oscar.
Wow.
He also was in the 1952 Moulin Rouge. He was in Lawrence of Arabia. He was in Dune.
The old Dune, not the new Dune.
He directed on Broadway as well and acted on Broadway. And he was inducted into the American Theater Hall of Fame in 1981 and received the National Medal of Arts from President Ronald Reagan in 1985, becoming the first actor to do so.
Wow. Amazing.
Like,
what a cool
whole
person.
Lot of firsts. So, fun fact, was married 5 times. Once, first to Uta Hagen.
Great.
To Rosemary Clooney twice. And is George Clooney's uncle.
Oh, wild.
Really, really cool dude.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's a bummer that this film was not a box office success.
Yeah.
The cinematographer for this film was William C. Mellor, who began at Paramount photographic labs in the mid-20s, graduated to become director of photography on some minor films in 34, and kind of worked his way up. He left Paramount in 1943 to join the U.S. Army Photographic Unit, whom we have talked about in the past, shooting documentary wartime footage. After the war, he found a lot of work at a lot of major studios like 20th Century Fox and Universal and MGM. Yeah. He's been nominated for several Oscars, and he won 2, both black and white cinematography. One for A Place in the Sun from 1951, and one from The Diary of Anne Frank.
Oh, okay.
1959.
Yeah.
And they did this as well.
Yeah. That's cool. All right, so State Fair was originally a novel written in 1932 by Phil Strong about an Iowa farm family's visit to the state fair, where the family's 2 teenage children each fall in love, but ultimately break up with their respective new loves and return back home to their familiar life on the farm. The novel was a bestseller and established Phil Strong as a really popular author. And shortly after its publication, it was made into the 1933 film. The 1933 film adjusted the ending so that there was a bit more of a happy ending.
Is the ending what we had today, where Margie ends up with Jerry?
Yes. Well, his name in the original is Pat, as the journalist.
Okay.
But there's more. So there's more character development for him. Like, he tells her that he deceived her and it wasn't as weird or as sexual.
He comes clean.
And he comes clean and he asks her to marry him and to move with him to Chicago. So it's like there's a conversation about, like, I would like for you to marry me and I think we should go to Chicago because I have this cool new job. It's a bit more of an ending as opposed to just a kiss. So there were several incarnations of this. There was the 1933 version, there was the 1945 movie, and then there was this one, the 1962 one. This one was written by Richard L. Breen. He began as a freelance radio writer, and he was in the Navy during World War II, and after that he began writing for films, and he won an Oscar for his work on the screenplay to Titanic 1953, and was nominated for A Foreign Affair in 48 and Captain Newman MD in 63. After this version, the 62 version, they created a stage musical. So that stage musical started in 1969. That was the world stage premiere of State Fair.
Interesting. Yeah. One of the rarer times that a film becomes a musical.
Yeah. The production was directed by James Hammerstein and was supervised by Richard Rogers, and it was choreographed by Tommy Tune.
Oh, yeah. That tall, lanky man.
Now, the main differences from the originals were that ending where Jerry proposes and comes clean and has a conversation with her. And the other large difference is that in all of the other incarnations, Emily is married.
Oh.
So she is in an unhappy marriage, which is why whenever he proposes, she doesn't say yes. Now, that is not a part of this.
Yeah,
obviously, not. But like part of the reason
she blames actors' equity.
Yes, exactly. But part of the reason why she breaks up with him and doesn't go home with him is not because mom calls her trash. It's because she's already married and she leaves, and then after she leaves, Wayne finds out she's already married. She's in an unhappy relationship, but like she can't.
She was never going to come home with you.
Which is why at the beginning she says this is just for fun. So that makes her way more complicated and interesting, and makes their breakup make a little bit more sense, and why he's so willing
he rebound
to his ex. The other addition that I think is good is the penultimate scene. So that's the one between Dad and Wayne following the unexpected breakup. It was conceived especially for the remake by the writer Richard Breen, adapted from the 1945 version in which Wayne has this huge conversation and pours out his heart to like a song plugger, like basically the guy that he runs into that tells him, oh no, Emily's married. He like has this huge scene with this random person, and Richard Breen was like, I think that this should make more emotional sense if it's with his dad. So he wrote this scene. It went more into depth into what their relationship was like, and it was captured in a single take with no cuts. And honestly, I think it's like one of the better scenes in the movie.
I really liked that scene.
The other differences that I'll talk about before I move on to actors and casting is the songs. Technically speaking, only 2 songs stemmed from the 1945 musical, because I'm pretty sure the 1933 movie was not a musical. So the 2 songs were Our State Fair and It Might As Well Be Spring. Those were the only 2 from the original that were in this one. This ended up working to their advantage in some respects, because originally, I think in the 1945 version, they were taking songs that they had already written and plugging them into a plot. They weren't songs that were written for the show.
Oh, interesting.
And so with this one, with the exception of Isn't It Kind of Fun, which is Emily's midway act, most of the songs were written specifically for the plot, which made them a bit more integrated. So in terms of the actors and casting, I'm going to focus on Ann-Margaret, who is Emily, because she is
excellent choice.
Cool as shit. So this was her very first feature film. Now, she had another film that was released before this one released, but she filmed it after she filmed this one. So this one had a longer post-production. So even though this is her first, another one came out beforehand, which was Pocketful of Miracles in 1961. There were a couple of other people that they considered to play Emily: Barry Chase, Barbara Eden, Andy Williams, but they really, really wanted Ann-Margaret. Her screen test was phenomenal, and they were actually considering her for either Margie or Emily, and they weren't really sure which one. And so she had a song where she sang It Might As Well Be Spring, and they were like, oh wow, she can easily play an ingenue. But then she went into a different song called You Won't Come Home, Bill Bailey, which is not a part of this, which was like a no-holds-barred, like big old dynamo thing, and they were just like, ah, yes, she should be Emily, not Margie. Ann-Margaret Olsen was born in, I think, Sweden.
Yeah, she's Swedish.
She's Swedish. She's known as Ann-Margaret. She's known for her roles in State Fair, Bye Bye Birdie, Viva Las Vegas, Cincinnati Kid, Tommy, Newsies. Yeah, we saw her in Newsies as the performer that what's-his-face is into.
Oh, yeah.
She has won 5 Golden Globe Awards, been nominated for 2 Academy Awards, 2 Grammy Awards, and a Screen Actors Guild Award, and 6 Emmy Awards. She moved to the U.S. in 1946, and she joined a group called the Subtle Tones, and with them she traveled to Los Angeles. She worked at a couple of clubs, but eventually went to a place called The Dunes in Las Vegas, which headlined Tony Bennett at the time. And she auditioned for their annual holiday show, and she and George Burns formed a soft shoe routine, and Variety proclaimed that she was a gold mine of talent. In 1961, she did a screen test at 20th Century Fox and was signed to a 7-year contract. She met her husband on set. He was an actor who ended up becoming her manager. She didn't have any kids, but she was stepmother to his 3 kids. She was also at one point linked with Eddie Fisher, who was obviously Carrie Fisher's dad and linked with Debbie Reynolds. And
oh shit.
Yeah, and she was also romantically linked to Elvis Presley during the filming of Viva Las Vegas. And she was also known as the female Elvis Presley, just in terms of her charisma and stage performance.
Yeah, her stage presence.
She's still around and working. In 2014, she was in a recurring role in Ray Donovan, and in 2018, she guest starred on The Kaminsky Method, playing with Alan Arkin. Like, she's still around. She's still doing great things. She's still working. She has a long singing career as well, which I didn't really go into. I might make that my homework, is to look at Ann-Margaret's singing career. Maybe listen to a few of her songs. So that's what I got.
Nice. I don't have much for reviews and ratings. It was kind of hard to find legit reviews and not someone with an opinion on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes has a really low score.
Yeah, but I looked into it. For Rotten Tomatoes, there's like audience score, then there's critical score. And so I looked on the critical score to be like, all right, is there anything from any kind of like major publishing? Right. No, it was all just self-proclaimed movie critics. Yeah. So The one review I did find was from, and again, I don't know how verifiable this is, but it's from a magazine called Diabolique, which essentially is just like, it didn't work. But to be fair, like, I agree with a lot of their stuff. The chemistry was off for Margie and Jerry.
So bad.
Bobby Darin, who played Jerry, came off just like sleazy rather than kind of quick-witted and sharp like Dana Andrews had. They were like, Pat Boone was good, but he couldn't save it. It was cheesy, but not in the right way, which I agree with, but I found it difficult to find verifiable actual reviews and not just someone with an opinion
also
on the
at a time whenever movie musicals were sort of going out of favor, and so the timing didn't really help either.
That's fair. All right. But yeah, that general consensus was meh. Do you want to do some singing and dancing?
Yeah. Pat Boone has butter voice.
Pat Boone, Ann-Margaret.
Ann-Margaret has a great fucking, like, performance belt.
Bobby Darin, who played Jerry, is like a verified pop singing legend. He's the original, and I can cut this if this is wrong. Was the first person to record Mac the Knife.
Oh.
He is a verified pop star. And so, like, he didn't get to sing, really, except for when they were singing to each other, It's a Grand Night for Singing.
Well, and he had
like,
the Heaven song.
Oh, that's right, but I hated that song, so I didn't care. I literally forgot he sang that.
Yeah.
Because I hated it so much.
Oh, well. It was not the best representation for anyone. I'm gonna put it that way.
Nope.
There was not really a lot of dancing.
The only dancing was really Ann-Margaret's backup dancers. Fun fact, apparently, in the promotional images for this film, whenever they showed Ann-Margaret in her performance getup, there were all these, like, equally sexy female dancers behind her, and in the actual show, she has an all-male dance ensemble. Yeah, that's the only dancing.
Yeah, that's the only dancing. My gripe is justice for Emily and fuck Jerry. Those are my two.
Agreed.
Because there was no reason for Emily to be as shot down as she was in this version.
I think my specific gripe is that this film, by having us see Jerry have that conversation with the producer, was like, I gotta tell her everything was a lie. They were like, that's enough to redeem him. But then we didn't actually get to see him have that conversation with Emily. We don't even know if he ever did. So, not enough.
Yeah, not enough.
Not enough.
My giggle was Wayne's drunk moment and the judges of the mincemeat. It was a joy.
Gosh. I had a good giggle. Where, let's see. Oh, it's that she blames actors' equity.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Fun facts.
Really, really interesting. Ann-Margaret was the first choice to play Gypsy Rose Lee in the 1962 Gypsy before Natalie Wood was cast.
Oh, wow.
That's my fun fact.
My fun fact is that Ann-Margaret is actually a brunette. But
I did know this.
It was the director, Jose, who recommended that she dye her hair red during pre-production of this film, and the finished effect was so incredible that she adopted this shade from this point on.
I know exactly what that is like.
Yep.
That is exactly what has happened for me. I liked it so much that I was like, this is it now. This is me now.
Do you have any homework?
No, I never have homework. Oh, no, sorry. My homework is to look into the director.
Oh, yeah.
Learn more about Jose Ferrer. Really, really prolific career.
Mine is going to be listen to some Ann-Margaret songs, because this wasn't her best representation in terms of her singing, and she had a really long music career.
I love that. That's good homework. Is that all
she wrote? That's all she wrote.
I have no more notes. I have been Anna.
I'm still Grace.
This has been 5678, a movie musical podcast. If you're still here, thanks for sticking around. Goodbye.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know.